somebody very, very, very...
The one and only.
The matric years are long gone here. But we're going to go back down there.
Not long gone.
I did my matric, guys. So stop.
How did you feel?
You did it like yesterday.
Decoding Bra HOTSTIX Mabuza.
Bra HOTSTIX Mabuza.
Hey, 3 hours with you. Good morning. How are you? High five.
But you guys are so cruel, man. How could you wake me up this early?
I know, right?
You know, some of us at this age,
No sleep for the wicked.
We find it very difficult to, No, but older people do get up, that.
Do they get up? I know.
They still get up.
Yeah.
No, you guys wake up because you have to go to work.
You
for
wake
us,
up
it's a
'cause-
natural thing to wake up and be ready for anything.
Anything.
Older people wake up at like 4 a.m. and do nothing.
And do nothing.
Yeah.
I suppose it's the process of waiting for God. You're like, God, you have not arrived yet.
Please.
You have not arrived yet to take my life. No, I'm reading. Okay, let's go.
Good morning,
Good
guys.
morning, how are you?
I'm
sir?
very well, thank
Oh,
you. Very well.
fantastic. So we're talking about matric years. When you were writing your matric exam, how did you feel? Do you still remember those days?
I was a bit nervous.
Were you nervous?
No. I just wrote my matric 10 years ago.
10 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went back to school.
Remember, I left high school in 68.
Yeah.
I dropped out, and I think throughout my musical career, I'd always had this thing at the back of my mind that, I left school unaware that I left school.
Yeah.
So I decided I was going to go back. Let me finish what I was intending to finish.
And how was it 10 years ago when you wrote your matric? Did you feel
Well,
nervous?
I had found education institutions were completely different to how it was when we were at school.
Of
Oh,
course,
definitely.
Of course, yeah.
Young people were indifferent towards teachers. They walk into class, they all have their cell phones, and right in the middle of the lesson, the phone rings and they stand up.
Weird, eh?
Hello, ke mo classeng. And you start thinking, okay, what's going on here? Now, during our time, you had what you call a monitor, all right, class monitor. And I decided to say, some of the teachers was much younger than me. And of course, the young kids are. Sure. I raised my hand.
Because you still come from that school of training.
The teacher said to me, yes, Miss Mr. Mabuse, that's how he referred to me. And I said, sir, could I be the class monitor? And the kids will say, what is that?
Hey, which age is he from?
Monitor.
Monitor?
What are you going to monitor? I said I was going to monitor you guys.
And did they let you become
They
class
say,
monitor?
no, I insisted. And the
was-
teacher was just folding his arms like this. I said, Mr. Mabuse, I said, okay, I'm going to make the rules. Menyer.
Oh, yo.
Bus Mabuse man.
Yeah, brav, man.
Menyer, I'm going to make
Yeah.
the rules. Please allow me.
Yes.
I said, well, I said, from now on, all of us are here to study. Nobody's going to disrupt anyone. If you want to disrupt anyone, take your phone and get out.
Don't come.
Don't come into class.
No.
Because
Listen
you're
to
disturbing
that.
my time. And they looked at me and said, from now on, you switch off your phone or you put it on silence. And you're not walking out during the lessons. Anyone protesting?
It's wild.
Silence.
Did anyone
I would not
protest?
have protested
I would
as well.
never protested. Never.
Was silence. I said, fine. All of us want to pass, right? I said, yes. And guess what? We all passed.
Thanks to you.
20 after 6. 20 after 6.
It's all about discipline, self-discipline, and the people understanding the purpose of going into class. Why do you go to school? What is the reason for going to school?
Absolutely.
I get called up to schools to go and talk to children about education and so on. One of the first things that I do, I said, okay, how many of you, you'd be talking to about 1,000 people.
Yeah.
And you say, how many of you understand and know why you are here?
Well, majority of them don't, isn't it? We're going to unpack. Absolutely, definitely we will unpack. Decoding Bra HOTSTIX Mabuza, Mr. Mabuse. Hey man, it's 21 after 6 o'clock in the morning. Welcome to it. It's going to be an interesting Thursday, a beautiful one at most. Dineo Rana, Gasol Penduga, the rest of the team taking you to 9 o'clock with our guest Decoded Bra Bra HOTSTIX. I mean, this is going to be incredible. History in the making here.
Oh, thank you.
If you've just tuned in, you're just in time for our Decoded Thursday episode of 959 Breakfast. So this morning, exclusive to 959 Breakfast, we are decoding Bra. Ndate Bra. Hey. Ndate Bra HOTSTIX Mabuza. Do we drop the Bra, keep to Ndate, or drop the Ndate, keep to Bra, or do we use both of them?
Your choice.
My choice.
Don't drop the bra. I mean, because when you say Bra HOTSTIX Mabuza, well, actually, it's still respectable, but it almost sounds like you is peer, So Kintate Bra HOTSTIX.
Ndate Bra HOTSTIX.
Yes.
Just what a tongue twister it's becoming, hey?
Ne?
Ndate Bra HOTSTIX, starting his day on 959 Breakfast, as are you, alongside myself and Sol Penduga. So thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
You're most welcome. You sound amazing, by the way.
I do.
What a voice.
Oh, thank you.
What a voice. It's gorgeous, eh?
No, your voice, I could
Absolutely
listen to it the
soothing.
entire. It's like you are our own Morgan Freeman. You must narrate movies and stuff.
100%.
Ooh-ha.
Ooh-ha. So we had asked you a question how you felt when you were in matric, writing your matric exams. We handled that. We asked you to WhatsApp through those voice
Sol
notes.
is dead and gone.
Sol is
No, it's
gone.
just, he did the most un-Morgan Freeman thing right after.
I got you on the jack. What's that song again? The one that goes woo-ha. Do you know it?
Yeah,
Oh,
It's a rap
movie.
song. No.
But there's also
it's a movie. Also a movie.
What was it?
I know.
Al Pacino.
Al
in a
Pacino
movie.
in a movie.
Yeah.
Woo-ha.
Yeah.
I know Casper Nyove, straight to the hot medulla. Hoo-ha.
Well, I
You've
don't-
never seen that.
There's another American rap song, man. I'm going to remember it. So
Okay,
we asked
cool.
you to send through your voice notes about how you
I
felt when
think
you
it's
were
in a
in
movie
matric.
called Scent of a Woman.
Scent of a Woman.
Yes.
This is going to be a wildly interesting Decoded. If we're already starting on Scent of a Woman, I'm really excited.
But a
Listen.
very interesting movie. Really.
A very interesting movie. Yeah, I would
That's
love
where
to
I
see
got
it.
this thing. I love it. I watch it all the time. And I'm
How many
thinking,
times have you watched it?
5 times. I have it.
Whoa.
Fortunately, I have it on video, by the way,
I
not on
love it.
Netflix.
On video, VHS.
VHS.
Listen to
Oh,
that.
VHS.
VHS.
CD, come on, you
DVD.
guys. I'm not that
Oh,
bad.
DVD. We thought you had it on cassette.
Like,
Because
yeah,
VHS is
VHS.
cassette. Like,
If by now you're not singing along Gulung Gulung Zuga, I'm not too sure which day and age you grew up in, because when I was still younger, we used to fill in the gaps with Gulung Gulung Zuga.
yeah, that was the one. I don't know the one. You're too young. Too young.
Oh my God, 6:51. We are decoding the one and only Ndate Sipho HOTSTIX Mabuza. Like, listen, at 71, he's still more vital than ever. Making covers like GQ magazine. You were recently awarded a GQ Lifetime Achievement Award, and I mean, this is 38 years ago. Burnout.
Yeah.
Burnout.
Yes.
Sipho HOTSTIX Mabuza.
Right.
This literally changed the face of Afro pop.
You guys out there listening, if you're on TV watching what's going on in here, you'd be amazed at how wonderful people dance. People get excited over the song. I've been watching
Absolutely.
Dineo. I mean, it's.
I've been
and
watching
Sol,
you.
And Soul, like, the whole house is just on fire.
Absolutely,
Thank you,
because
guys.
It's an
it's a
amazing
legendary
song.
song.
Like, I'm just listening to the elements, the bass line.
I know. I mean,
And,
I mean, you hear things that not many people talk about.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
you're hearing the piano. Like I was saying,
Yes,
I'm a
the-
piano.
Yeah.
Should have more piano.
Listen, the composers are in the building. This is a 38-year-old song, but it has not burnt out.
Thank you.
It's
No
still
doubt.
a hot song.
Thank you.
It changed the face and shape of Afro pop and township jive.
Yeah.
It did. How does that feel? That you were at the forefront of stirring up a huge change in the face of music.
Dineo and Soul, I've always maintained that, I don't know, you may correct me. I always believe that we are mere conduits for a song. These songs don't come from us.
No.
If
You're
a
a
song, we are just a vehicle that comes, I
Yes.
mean, if at the end of the day, 30, 40 years down the line, the song still means so much to people, there's much more to the song than, something that we set on the piano and
It's
did.
bigger than you.
100%.
It's a whole spiritual thing that came through you and said, okay,
Yes.
this is what you're going to be doing.
Yeah.
And that's how I always felt about Burnout. I was just merely a passage to it.
Sure.
Was there a period where maybe you were trying to chase the success of Burnout? Because we've seen that with artists. They've won particular big song, even though they've had other amazing songs. And this one song eclipses everything else, all the other hits. And then they start to try chase it by trying to make other songs that sound similar or trying to extract a formula for that song and applying it in other songs. And you can almost hear it.
You know what? I guess it's a natural phenomenon. It's a natural, because
suppose it is,
it's
yeah.
the kind of pressure that a particular song, how big it becomes,
Pressure.
puts that pressure on you. Or can I repeat the same feat? But I think in my case, I've always been more an experimental musician, really, rather than a formatted musician.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the reason I'm still able to make music today, because I've never allowed dictates of a format to determine how I write the next song.
Great. Great.
I mean, for instance, 16 years ago, I wrote a track called Tababusiu. And I wrote it because I felt it at that time. I didn't think, it's not a dance song. And it's a song that I felt. And it's only today people are saying, what were you thinking?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And 16 years down the line, and people are only responding to the song. I mean, the other day I was listening to many of the songs that I've done. Some of the people that I work with are saying, where have these songs been? Because I've never really allowed dictates of a format to determine how I create my song.
I love that.
Yes, I like to be a first spiritual creator and be as honest with what I create, rather than being directed by, hey, when's my next hit going to come?
And it takes confidence, though,
Yeah.
to experiment with a sound when people are accustomed to a certain sound, because you can either fail.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
This is why I was even able to transcend, because my curiosity has always pushed me to explore different things, including musical instruments. By the way, I started as a drummer.
Really?
Oh,
Really?
I think I get. Is that where the name comes from?
Hot
The sticks,
sticks.
drumsticks.
Because I was about to ask, I'm sure you've answered this question 1,001 times before, but
Nearly.
please one more time. Hot sticks, where does that stem from? You being a drummer?
Yeah.
You still a brilliant drummer?
Well, I still play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I can. I haven't played
Sipho
drums as
HOTSTIX,
much
yeah.
as I play other instruments. But yeah, I started as a drummer.
And you were brilliant.
Well, brilliance is relative.
How many instruments?
Are you being
I-
humble? Are you being
Well,
modest?
brilliance is relative, but I'd love to believe that I did.
You did your best.
I made other drummers feel my presence.
Fantastic.
You drummed it in.
You drummed it in.
I
You drummed
drummed
it
it
in.
in.
Absolutely.
How many other instruments do you play?
I play as many instruments, but now I'm considered a saxophonist.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm considered
That's
a saxophonist, but that's also by, the curiosity that I created and the interest that I got into other musical instruments. In fact, when I was younger, I always wanted to explore different sounds and so on. Then I went on to study classical flute.
Wow.
And by playing flute, I was able to transcend from flute to saxophone.
Sure.
And because I wanted to be able to compose music without having to be singing to people, play it like this, I went straight to learn how to play the piano. So every now and then I find new things and ideas. If I
incredible.
believe that there's something I want to do in a song and there's a particular instrument which I cannot find, then I go out and try and learn and play that instrument.
Listen, I think there's way. Yeah, this is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. It is 6:58. We're decoding Bra HOTSTIX. Now we know where the name comes from. He was a drummer. a great drummer.
Ask all the drummers out there.
Who made all the other drummers definitely feel his presence. We are certainly feeling his presence on the street and on the air. We are hanging out with an absolutely amazing human being whose career has been solid for over 6 decades. Now, that's not a light achievement, because let's be honest, along the way, many greats have come, many greats have gone. People you've had the pleasure of working with, some of whom you love dearly, some of whom have become your brothers and sisters, and your path came across them. Let's do a brief tribute to some of those that are no longer with us. And I know, off air, you were speaking fondly of Bra Hugh. I'd like to start there.
Yes.
You say you miss him.
Very much. Very much. Every time I hear his music, it's like I could always pick up the phone and say, "Excuse it." You know, there's a very special relationship I had with him. Bra Hugh was more like a brother.
Of
you know,
course.
he was fun to be around, and some of the experiences I've had was, you know, when he was in exile. And I'd meet him. I mean, the first time I met him in New York, and he was looking forward to coming home in Lesotho with Miriam Makeba.
Yes.
And one evening he said to me, "Exe, I mean, you know how landlocked Lesotho is.
Of course.
You know, it's just about, 500 meters away, you know." And he said to me, "We should just walk down the road. He just wants to see home."
Okay.
That was very, very special, you know. And we walked towards the border, and he said to me, "Hey, I wish I could just jump in there, you know, and come back." And another incident, you know, I've always been with him everywhere. Another experience was I was in London. I was recording, and he came to visit me. Very disciplined musician, you know. And I walked into this video store where I used to rent videos, you know, in the apartment I was staying in. And I see on TV these guys, white folks, are playing Istimela. You know, they're playing Istimela, Bra Hugh. And I walk in, I said, "Wow, that's my brother." And this guy said, "You know him?" I said, "Yes, I know him very, very well." And this guy said, "Whew, what an incredible human being." I said, "Have you met him?" I said, "You would die if we met him."
Oh my God, they held him in such
And Bra
high
Hugh
regard.
came to visit me. And I said, "Kyk, that's ons wat wil jou sien, hulle glo nie." And unassuming. And then we started walking. You know, when I walked into that shop with those guys, they said, "Oh my God,
Oh, wow.
did you bring Hugh Masekela into the shop?"
Wow.
And you must see. And the guy said, "Can you ask him if we could take a picture with him?" I said, "For sure you can take a picture with him. But you must see how this guy's standing. This guy's standing like this next to me."
Next to Bra Hugh.
It was an amazing moment, you know. I mean,
Starstruck.
the kind of power and love that man exuded.
Yeah.
You know, Bra Hugh was more than just a musician.
Yeah.
You know, he was a human being. He was good. He was always be happy to be around. And I mean, there are incidents. I went to Brussels and we recorded with Mazi, and you know, so the relationship that I had with him was just more than just about music. And I miss him. He's so,
I can tell.
you know, he's very special.
I can tell. You speak of Mazi very fondly. That's Miriam.
Yes,
That's Miriam
both
Makeba, the late.
Bra Hugh and Mazi were people that this country. You know, there are people that you always believe could live forever, and I do believe they do. They may not necessarily be physically around us, but the impact that they have on one's life says that they continuously live through society one way or the other. And I think that's the most important thing about the artist. A lot of people underestimate the power of the artist because the artist may be gone, but their work will always remain reminding people of their presence. You know, I mean, I'm talking about artists all over the world.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? And
I mean,
I mean,
Brenda Fassie, Ray
look at that.
Bosbongile
Bosbongile Khumalo, Dobra Kipu Meketsi. The young people, jazz musicians keep talking about Kipu Meketsi.
Did you ever know Moses Daiwa Muleleko?
Of course, I work with Moses.
Can I tell you, I've never met him, but I miss him like I knew him.
Moses was something, for me, being a musician has been a privilege. It's a privilege to meet so many people that you never otherwise could meet anywhere. And the fact that I ran a jazz club called Kippies, I was able to invite whoever to come and play. And Moses was a regular at the club. And sadly, the day before he passed on, he sat outside, he was alone. And I could tell that something was bugging him. And I went in and I said, Mos, what's going on, And he said, Sips. He used to call me Sips. Gitlaba sharp. Little did I know the following day I will receive a call to say, hey, have you heard about Moses? That was...
If I could...
Brilliant jazz music. Brilliant.
My father introduced me to Moses Day.
Wow.
And I've never fallen out of love with his work.
He was young.
Very young.
21.
Beautiful.
Got into this music,
And it's so short-lived.
Absolutely.
Sad.
But he's still around us.
100%.
And incidentally, on Kaya Mahlangu was performing at Eliano. And as we were sitting there talking, they played Moses music. And both of us, responded, says, oh, Taiwa. That's the impact he had left on us.
This is priceless.
Yeah, absolutely.
Being here with you, listening to you recollect on these memories, picture perfectly.
I mean,
hearing you narrate the
Miriam
stories.
Makeba, the most generous spirit. And I strongly believe we have not done as much for those people as we should have.
100%.
Miriam Makeba, we owe it so much to her. This freedom that we are celebrating today, she had a critical role. As a young person between 20 and 21, went on to the United Nations and spoke about apartheid at that time to the detriment of her own career. But we have not done much to actually say thank you, Mazi. Personally, if I were to be in a particular position, I would create a museum for that woman.
Sure.
Because one of the things that we should remember, every African musician on this continent owes it to her. I mean, if Nina Simone can speak about Miriam in the words that she spoke about, if Brazilian musicians can speak about Mazi, Angelique Kidjo can speak about that, why are we not appreciating what she did?
That's a big question that needs to be answered, isn't it? We're decoding Ntate Bra HOTSTIX Sipho Mabuza. 32 after 7. Once again, running late for the news, but I think befitting. 11 minutes after 8, you're listening to 959 Breakfast on the Street, on the air, decoding Bra HOTSTIX Ntate Sipho Mabuza. I keep getting it right again. Straight to the phone lines. Here's a special phone call for you. You're going to have to guess who this person is. Good morning. Hello. How are ya?
Good morning. I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Well, thank you. Bra HOTSTIX, this is for you. You have to guess who this is. This person on the phone is greeting
It's a person you know.
Oh, no, that voice. Say your
Hello.
name.
How's it going?
Say your name.
You have to guess.
He's not going to
You have
say his
to
name.
guess.
You have to guess.
I'm not going to say my name. You have to guess.
I have to guess. Oh,
I'm
sure we
because I'm very important to you.
We haven't spoken for a while, I guess.
Is this true? Have you guys not spoken for a while?
Maybe a little bit of time.
Maybe a little bit of time. You're gonna have to say a little bit more so he can listen a little bit
I'm
longer.
going to have to say a bit more. Well, we love the same instrument. We enjoy each other's company. We love laughing together. We love talking about old school music and, how the saxophone makes us feel from our heart, how we play the flute, the way you position your mouth.
I don't believe this.
Who is it?
I don't believe this.
Who is
Is
this?
it Jonathan? No?
Which one?
It sounds
He asked, is it Jonathan?
No. That's close though. That's good. That's a good start.
That's a good start. Apparently, it's a good start. You're warming up.
You still haven't
It's a good start.
identified.
It's a good start. Come on, you must know. I'm special to you.
I know, but you are
Aye,
very
not after now.
Not so special. Huh?
I'm sure he
I'm
knows.
so
you're
close
special.
to you. I'm closer to you than you actually think.
Whoa.
Closer to you than you actually think.
Much closer to you than you actually think. Even though I'm so far away from you, I'm much closer to you than you actually think.
No, this is Jonathan Butler.
There's no way it's Jonathan Butler.
There's no way?
There's no way.
Oh, well.
Definitely not a musician.
Really?
Yeah.
And speaks about...
No, I'm a musician.
No, yeah,
He's a
he plays the
musician.
saxophone,
Yeah, well, he's a
the
musician,
woodwinds, the flutes.
A different type.
I play the drums as well, you know?
Oh, the drums also.
We share that.
Oh, those are the drums.
We share that from our heart. That's our first instrument. We share the drums.
He's struggling. You're gonna have to. You're
Please
gonna have
forgive
to.
me. It's 71 years old, you know.
Oh, yes.
You're gonna have to put him out of his misery.
So now put him out of his misery.
Please
Yeah,
do.
please do.
Hey, Dad, it's me, Josh. It's me, Josh, Dad.
And
You see,
then
I haven't spoken to... Sorry, Josh. I didn't mean to...
Come on, Dad. It's all right. I love you so much.
I didn't mean to be...
there we go. That's apparently your son-in-law.
That's my son-in-law.
Yeah.
That's his son.
Yeah.
That's my son-in-law. How can I not... You're fired. I want Molobola from you, son.
Donald Trumping him just
I
like
want
that.
my Lobola from you. Are you my boy? Oh, wow.
Hey, Pa, how are you?
Yeah, yo. How's my baby?
Sweet. Everyone's good, man. Everyone's good.
Yeah. You see, you started by...
So sweet to hear your voice.
If it started by saying drums, then I would have immediately said, oh, man, that's my...
You would have immediately got me. I wanted to twist it a little bit, you know?
Hey, Josh, you haven't spoken to me for a while. And when are you coming? You guys,
Not
you
too
guys
long.
must come home. You guys must come home.
Oh,
And
definitely.
I'm trying to get you guys to come home. I really miss you guys. You must come home.
We miss you too. We miss you too.
How's
I'm
my
so proud of
baby?
you.
How's my great?
They're very good.
This is where my great granddaughter is.
Oh, he's...
Yes.
All the way.
Yeah, that's the
way.
great.
Amazing.
In London, right?
That's the grandfather
Yeah.
to my great granddaughter. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Great musical family too.
Yeah. So we're here.
Yeah.
So we're here.
Apples don't fall far from the trees.
The apple fell
We
niet
have to.
ver van
You
de
have
boom.
to come home so we form a family band. What do you think?
100%. I can't wait.
Have you heard Mobile sing?
Oh my gosh, I can imagine.
She amazing.
She can
Her
sing.
and Aria the same.
Aria can sing. Like that's my
Pipes.
great.
Yeah.
Those are my daughter and my
Oh,
grandchild.
beautiful.
All of them can sing. My daughter can sing. All my children
Grandchildren can sing.
My son-in-law is a drummer. My
Yeah.
son is an amazing musician.
Ah, bless you, bless you.
Hey, beautiful.
Bless you. We'll see you soon. We'll
I
see
love
you
the
soon.
music you've been making. I love the music you've
Oh,
been making.
bless you, Pa.
Yeah.
Bless you so
Josh,
much.
Thank you so much for the call. We really
No
appreciate
problem.
it.
No
Take
problem
it.
at
Call
all.
your pa now. Call your pa every
Yes.
day.
I
Okay?
will. I'm going to call him. I'm going to call him later
Every
today.
day. Every day. So he doesn't forget this gorgeous
So that
voice
he
of
remembers.
yours.
From London.
Yeah, so he
Oh,
remembers.
bless you. Bless you.
There we
Thank you,
go.
my boy.
Take care.
Thank you
Take
so
care.
much.
All right. Take care, Pa.
You're performing at the Hugh Fest.
Yes, I'm performing at
What
the
are you
Hugh
bringing
Fest.
for us at the Hugh Fest?
Well, I will be doing mostly maybe my music, but I said to the guys, look, it's very important for us to consider it as Bra Hugh's music.
Beautiful.
And I've chosen 3 songs from his repertoire that I'm going to be doing at the gig as well, also there's Gugu, there's Tabia, there's all these young people that I'm also hoping to work with and do great work.
Absolutely.
I'm really looking forward to that gig. It's one of those gigs that is very special and very close, and I'm grateful that the guys have asked me to curate, and also there's Joy of Jazz.
Absolutely,
yes.
Joy of
We're not talking
Jazz.
about
We
Joy
have to
of
talk
Jazz.
about Joy of Jazz. That's our baby, yeah.
That's I keep using the word privilege, and I should appreciate that I'm in the right space at the moment.
When and where is the Hugh Fest?
It's on the 4th at Nyrox, this fantastic...
Beautiful park.
Yes.
Nyrox Park is so
and
artistic.
It's unbelievable. I've always wanted to go in. I have played there before with Pops and so, but this time it's looking even more greater. And it's going to be a fantastic Saturday evening.
And you said it's going to be on the 4th?
It's on the 4th, yes.
4th of December.
4th of December. It's on a Sunday, yes.
I won't ask you about the Joy of Jazz, because we know about the Joy of Jazz. We'll definitely give out that information on the Joy of Jazz. We have to talk about the Joy of Jazz.
We've missed Joy of Jazz for so much, and
for yonks.
Peter Clady Mantra and the teams have just an incredible job. Even though without the sponsorship which we would have hoped for, they've really put up an incredible lineup together.
Of course.
And I'm just as grateful to be part of this on the 26th on Saturday. Some of the people who are there, people have never heard African musicians.
This is at the Sandton Convention Center.
It's at the Sandton Convention Center.
Absolutely.
And all those wonderful musicians, Gloria Bosman. What more can we ask for?
What more can we ask for? What more? 20 minutes after 8, decoding Bra HOTSTIX and Sipho Mabuza. What did I say? 20 minutes after 6? 8.
You did
My
say
goodness,
6.
I said 6, right? 8. I'm taking us all the way back.
To be here.
I know, right? I'm taking us all the way back to the beginning of the show.
You want to start the show all over again?
All over again. I don't want to stop being with you. You're absolutely incredible. So check it out. We're just about to give you an opportunity to walk away with a maximum of 10,000 rand, courtesy of lottoland.co.za. Whitney Houston, I'm Your Baby Tonight. Disco version of it. Yeah, you were enjoying this, Bra HOTSTIX?
Excellent.
Right?
It is.
You were telling me your fear just now.
I was just saying to, like earlier on we spoken about the power of the artist.
Yes.
Not necessarily referring to me, but the fact that they may pass on, but years down the line they're still within us.
100%.
100%. You know what I'm saying? You look at people who have made paintings 500 years ago.
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh. You speak about Bach, you speak about Ray Charles, you speak about Duke Ellington. You're still here. Miles Davis. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's the power of the artist. They would live through you, whereas physically, but if they're not there physically, spiritually they continuously to influence and make you relate to them in the same way as they had impacted on your life as they lived. I speak about Bra Hugh every day.
All the time.
Every day. Yeah. And I was listening to a radio station, they were just playing his live gig. It was like I could pick up the phone and I would say to him, "You're on fire."
This is Harari Give. So you love this.
Yeah.
Well, you said that's a what drum? A conga drum.
It's a conga drum. With a sliding playing.
So you
sliding motion.
Yeah, sliding.
Play it and slide.
Slide a motion.
Oh, hence the
yes.
Got to go to a call. There's
always...
a call here who wants to give you tribute.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely. Please, let's take a listen to this. Please pardon me for rudely interrupting you. Good morning, Maronza.
Good morning, my sister.
Yes, we're listening.
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Oh, yes, good morning, Bra HOTSTIX. You still there?
Yeah, Ron, I'm here.
Yes, I really want to take the honor of and the opportunity really offered by Kaya as an important, platform to express on behalf of especially, all the ex-political prisoners and especially those who are in the music. The kind of support that we got on our cultural organization on the Robben Island Association, with Bra HOTSTIX coming very, handy to generously, give the ex-prisoners instruments, musical instruments, speakers, PA systems, keyboards, their wax. God knows what. They came after we stage hunger strikes for days, weeks, and months on end. So thank you very much, Bra HOTSTIX, for that generosity, for you believing in the struggle. You did so much that this country doesn't know, and it is this moment that I want to seize to really, on behalf of all the comrades, to thank you.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you very much, Ronnie. Mr.
Thank
Ronnie
you,
Mabena there
Maronzo.
paying tribute to Bra HOTSTIX Sipho Mabuza. Still getting it right. He has been officially decoded. Woo-ha! Woo-ha! Thank you very much for giving us the honor of hanging out with you for a full 3
Thank
hours
you,
on a
sir.
Thursday morning. We release you.
Trust me, it was worth every minute.
I'm so glad.
Thank you so much.
We
I
are
really
so
appreciate it.
glad.
It's lovely to be on Kaya, actually.
It is right.
Yeah.
It is,
Always,
absolutely.
Always.
Something special about this radio station. I kid you not.
It's the people.
Right?
Remember, it's always
Sekaya.
about the people, not the building.
Absolutely. Top of the hour, 9 o'clock. This is how we bid you farewell. Live light, laugh long, love the ones you're with, serve and sanitize those that you love.